the background, got my AC going. Sorry. Oh, that reminds me. Did I get my videos over? I did. Okay, never mind. So this is I'm doing some plug-in testing, which is so painfully boring. I don't want to kill anybody, but so this just popped up. This Telecaster saddle shootout, Graphtec versus brass versus steel versus aluminum, and the bait title was something like "Does Saddles Matter" or something like that. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, it says, "Do saddles really matter?" And this channel, I don't know. I don't know to call it clickbait. He's got a lot of good information on here. At the same time, this is a 10-minute video, and we may not even get to the answer. Spoiler alert. But I haven't seen it yet. But usually these kind of videos, they don't actually give you the answer. They just ask the question. And I don't mind. Questions are cool, too. So, but let's see what he has to say.
Hey, how's it going? This is Dylan with Dylan Talks Tone. This is a guitar channel. We talk all about guitar tech, guitar tone, the particulars of all of that. Do me a favor, subscribe, like, do all the things that you do in 2019 so that people like us can keep doing what we're doing. I really would appreciate it. We've got 450 something videos. I don't know, lots of them. Anyway, I was on vacation, away for a couple weeks, did a couple live videos. Hopefully you can check those out. But I promised a video before I left on vacation that is pretty interesting. You probably heard me on this channel before talk about many things in the guitar realm that don't really make a whole lot of difference in the guitar tone. And I think people spend a lot of time arguing about it, about various things, you know, capacitor materials, paint finish, stuff like that. But there are a few things that really matter, and I've always said it in many videos that anything between the tonal area of the guitar, so between the saddles and the nut, and including the saddles and the nut, anything between there is a huge deal. I promised you a video where we would take different saddle materials and compare them back to back to back to back.
Okay. You know, we're constantly fighting about this Tonewood nonsense, but this is something where, holy crap, did T-Jump get Noam Chomsky on his channel? Okay, sorry. The saddles, like if you made your saddles out of silly putty, that would affect your tone because the strings would probably die as soon as you hit them. So that's going to change things. So, you know, I don't know how much it's going to, you know, once they're hard enough, will they really change the tone much? Will they change the sustain? This is outside of that magical nonsense part of the Tonewood debate where Paul Reed Smith plays some wooden xylophones, you know. Let's see what happens here while I'm doing these oh so fun plug-in tests.
Sort of like what we did with the short bridge versus the long bridge. I'll link that video up here. But instead of making you wait, basically, because it doesn't really do any good in this particular sense, it makes a big difference. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to play for you the clips of all four saddles, and then we're going to discuss it at the end. So it's as simple as that. Roll it.
Have we started this video yet? Oh, sorry. We are... Oh, so he's playing it, so we're going to listen. You know, I'm not... I know this is blasphemy, but I'm not really into listening tests all that much. It's so easy to fool your ears. If you guys ever want to know it, go watch a video on the McGurk effect, and that will prove it more than anything else you could possibly check. It's if we can establish that there's a phenomenon, then I want to do a listening test. But I usually like to make sure there's actually something to listen for first. You know, just sit there fooling ourselves. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Start this back up.
Versus the long bridge is I'm just going at the end. So It's as simple as that. Roll it.
This is why I can't have one of these Guitar Channel things, man. Everybody with these guitar repair channels or whatever, they're such crazy good guitar players that, like, I mean, you don't even listen to what they're talking about. They're just shredding, man. Like, I can't play like this. I'm actually not looking at any of this. I'm just listening because I'm working on something else.
So there you go.
I don't really hear.
We did brass. We did nickel-plated steel. We did the GraphTech String Saver saddles, and we did aluminum. Aluminum is actually on the guitar still.
Well, I like, you know, like graphic.
Couple cool things about this.
Graphite. I know it's not the same thing as carbon, but we used to have graphite wheels for our bikes and stuff, and that thing was so stiff. You know, I would assume like a soft kind of plastic or soft metal, maybe even brass would dull things a little bit, but guitar players insist on brass all the time, so I doubt that's really a thing. But I could see carbon fiber and graphite being so hard that if softness, of course softness, though, I mean, I guess we could try it, to put a piece of clay under your strings and see if it still vibrates. But I think graphite and carbon could be sufficiently hard to not make issues, you know. Oh, shit. Let's see. It's Tom Jacobs on the screen again. Let's see.
Yep.
So we're watching to see if this Telecaster saddle things make any difference here.
Did you say Telecaster?
Well, yeah, but it's a Telecaster, but I think it's just saddles in general. Are they going to make any difference? So,
They do.
all right. So in this channel, we talk about how to evaluate evidence and claims, and that was a bald assertion. So let's see if that bald assertion
Exactly.
holds.
And I don't care if it's true or not. I think I don't, because it is actually.
And that's the other part, because in this channel we talk about caring whether or not our beliefs are true, and to believe as many true things and as few false things as we possibly can.
Never
So-
spoil a good story with the truth.
Yeah, I know. But here we go. Let's see what he says.
Okay. How come I can't see you?
Because I'm not on there.
First of all, shout out to Ernie Ball Strings, not sponsored. Wish I was sponsored. I use their strings in the shop. Hit me up someday. The other thing is that just a couple of installation notes. These GraphTech saddles have a different screw size than, you know, any of your normal brass or aluminum saddles or steel saddles. The thread pitch is different and the screw size is different. I actually had to drill the holes out on the bridge. Now on some bridges that won't matter, but I just have a cheap bridge that I chucked on here for that other experiment, and so probably because it's an import, you'll have to drill out these holes. These bolts are a little bit bigger, the screws for the intonation. Housework out of the way. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. Let me know what changes to the tone you heard going from brass
Going from different performances, Dylan?
to nickel-plated steel to the String Saver GraphTech to the aluminum. Sharpest, twangiest, I hate that term. Everybody wants to tell you twang. Stupid term. Brass, definitely. it kind of calmed down from there, if that made sense. I did it literally in no particular order.
Isn't brass a soft metal? Hold on, let's see. Brass density versus steel. Alright, so we got
Brass is nickel, and copper, man.
let's see, the density of brass 8.53 grams per centimeter cubed. And stainless steel is only 8. Holy crap, brass is denser. But is it harder? Let's see. Let's look at durometer. Durometer. No. So steel is way the hell harder than brass. So that is...
Copper and nickel. Bronze is copper and tin. Hey, Aaron, Brent Mays. Yeah, I
What?
get a nice delay there. That's cool.
Alright, let's see.
You know about the Bessemer method for steel?
The what?
The Bessemer method for steel.
I don't even know what that is.
They force pure oxygen through the iron ore, and that's how they get high carbon steel.
Ah.
It's called the Bessemer method. That's how they Carnegie steel and all that.
Ah. Why? Oh, this is for elements. I want. No, it says alloys right here. Where's?
Well, there's bronze is tin and copper. The only place they could get tin was England back in the BCE. Remember the Bronze Age? You know, the Greeks and all that.
So they had to get tin all the way from up there.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. See, brass is way the hell down on the hardness scale from any sensible metal.
Well, copper is a soft metal. Anytime you get copper, it's gonna be soft metal.
Yeah. So why would he be saying this is like the brightest?
The brass ones were already on the guitar, so I started with those first.
Shit, Aaron. He's full of shit. That's why.
This is why I don't like listening tests, because especially when you're talking about different performances. But let's see what
Aaron,
what kind of.
test. How many of us have sat there for half an hour twisting a knob only to find out that it wasn't turned on?
Exactly. That's why. So let's see what kind of grave this guy digs for himself this week. But usually, I actually get a lot of good stuff out of this guy's channel. So, but testing is a hard thing. Ethan Weiner was on the show with me and Glenn to talk about just.
I like the older telly ones. With just the 3. You know why? Because you can't really get them intonated right, and it sounds better if it's kind of not intonated right.
Oh. Is that the one with the it's like a double, like two strings go to each saddle or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see what it's good.
First. I just literally grabbed out of the pile. The steel ones were next. I got kind of worried that I was going to break a string, so I tried. I figured that these would be easiest on strings, so I wanted to try the String Saver Graphtex and make sure we got it on the test because
Yeah.
Aaron, shouldn't this guy be more concerned trying to get better on the guitar?
No, this guy shreds my ass.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, William.
Yeah, he plays that chicken picking stuff, but he's a
Well, this
he's
is
like a
anal
weed
retentive
whacker.
bullshit, man. This is this is anal retentive bullshit.
Yeah, I always wonder about those
not you, Aaron.
Graphtex.
Huh?
I always wonder about these Graphtex. He's trying them out on the telly right here, because they do make Graphtex saddles for Floyd Rose as well.
You mean graphite? Graphite?
Well, it's just one specific company. I don't even know if it's graphite anymore, but they're like the String Saver saddles. Supposedly they don't break your strings over there, but with Floyd Roses, I don't really have that problem anyway. But I'm always interested in how do they hold up compared to these stamped steel ones.
You know, Aaron, if I play through an SSL console, if I play through a Neat console, or I play through the shitty little console, it's going to sound like I haven't practiced for 4 months, which I haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's
Right?
see about these graph techs
I
here.
didn't have any spare strings, and so that was third. And then, of course, by elimination, aluminum was last. No real reason for that. Just kind of was.
Well,
Is what.
I can tell you why on the aluminum. It is crazy easy to wear grooves into aluminum, and aluminum will form its dents to kind of harden those grooves up, and you could have your string not really touching the saddle very well very quickly. With the bike parts, the aluminum, there's a lot of things we use aluminum for because of what it does and how light it is and just how stiff it is. But it is so easy to groove aluminum in ways that I could see killing a string.
It is.
I like
my
bone. I like bone.
Yeah. I don't know if they make bone saddles for these things. I'm sure they do, actually.
Oh, nuts! So you're talking saddles, okay?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments below what the favorites that you had were. Go back and
What's his
listen to them
last
again
name?
a couple of
Dylan
times.
what? Oh, Dylan.
This is the
get
Dylan Talks Tone channel.
I know that everybody's just going to be like, I like Telly Twang, so the brass is the best. But it's
Hey,
not.
Warren Hewitt
It's
just
not.
posted this thing about USB versus Thunderbolt latency.
Oh, well, I'll go break that in a second. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me see how
I
this
posted it on your messages.
Oh, okay.
It depends what you're trying to do with the guitar. It should be noted that I used a completely clean profile on the Kemper. Just a little bit of room reverb because I can't stand dry signal. It's just boring to me. But it just gives you a basic idea. Obviously, this is not scientific. I just said that I wanted to do it. And there you go. I tell you what, before I let you go this afternoon, I'm going to go through some comments because it's been a couple of weeks because we've been on vacation. I'm going to go through some comments, give a couple of shout outs to some viewers.
Oh, man. So this is when it really comes in. So we're going to look at some of these comments. Brass, twangy, treble focus. Graph tech, balance, low mid focus. So at least he's not using weasel words so much, but it's not great. Interesting string separation, plain Jane, nothing special. Brass hands down. Wow. So, and I bet you, I wonder what it would say if he had put different words underneath it and said graphite for the brass one. And you never know with this crap. This is a terrible way to test things. It's good that he did it though, but we're not really going to learn too much out of this. So let's see. I'm going to change the title here, and I'm going to check out this, which of course is always my favorite drivers. So let's see. This is coming from, let's see. Oh God, here we go. Don't you dare DMCA me for this.